Hello everyone, Happy New Year, Happy 2021. I hope you guys all had an amazing new year celebrating hopefully safely at home. I wanted to go ahead and kick off the new year by setting up my sinking funds before I procrastinate and forget all about this. I spent the weekend trying to figure out our savings or our sinking fund categories, and I'm finally ready to just finalize it and put it on the back of my passion planner just so I always have it to refer to. Just so you guys know my thought process, I wanted to show you the notebook that I had that I kind of went through and figured out the amounts we wanted to save. I talked about it with my husband and just a lot of chicken scratch on here to try to figure out what we wanted to save and for what, especially since we did receive our stimulus check as well. So I wanted to make sure it goes towards some of our sinking funds as well. So this is the mess that you guys probably don't usually see, and then I'm just going to go ahead and finalize it on here. So I'm going to talk a little bit about each category that we're going to be saving and my kind of thought process behind why we want to save a certain amount. I find that, well, actually, first of all, if you're not familiar with what a sinking fund is, it's money that you set aside each month or each paycheck, however you want to do it, towards a future expense. So it's not an emergency. You know that these are things that will come up, like your vehicle registration or Christmas fund. So those are things that you know will happen and you want to save up a little bit towards that. And after consistently tracking my family's expenses, I've been doing it consistently for a year and a half. It doesn't seem that long, but it does seem like it's been a while. I have learned a little bit about what categories works best for my family as far as sinking funds goes. So I'm just going to go ahead and write it out. And a couple of these categories, some of them have goals and some of them are going to be ongoing, and I'll explain that later on. The first one is going to be medical/dental. I don't think we'll pay as much this year. Last year, between my son and I, out of pocket, we spent about $6,000. I was hospitalized, had a bit of an emergency, and then my son had his dental procedure that thankfully we saved up for. And thankfully, part of the first stimulus package paid for it for my surgery. We got really lucky with that one, and we didn't have to dip into our emergency fund. So we were able to just use whatever sinking funds we had. So our goal is $1,500. And then once we reach that goal, so into 2022, we're just going to continue to save monthly. I don't know, as of right now, that'll be $100 monthly. We currently have $300 in there right now. I have a feeling, I'm pretty sure my son will need braces, and as far as I can tell from the research I've done, braces aren't always covered, or not all of it, so I'm still kind of in the research phase as far as how much to save for my son's braces should he need it, and I just want to be prepared for it. Moving on to Christmas. Balance right now, we do have $300 in there. I'm still gonna give us a goal of $1,000. We won't be buying a Christmas tree or decorations this time around, so I'm pretty sure we'll spend less than that. Hopefully that's the goal, and I'd like to have that saved up by November. November is usually when I start shopping, so that's about $70 every month. This is just an estimate, the monthly that I'm putting down on here, just so I have an idea of how much each month should go in there. It's not by paycheck. If my husband gets overtime pay or whatnot, maybe we'll decide to fund our sinking funds sooner. And then for travel, our current balance right now is $2,260. We did get a refund back from our hotel as well. And then our airline, we currently have a credit right now. So our total goal is $3,760. And I have a feeling we're going to be paying a little bit extra for the flight. I think there was an increase when I last did my research, but I don't know, it could change. But it's for our Hawaii trip this September, so I want to have that saved up by September. And as of right now, I believe it's $150 a month. We have 2 years to use up our airline credit, so hopefully, I don't know how it's going to look travel-wise this September. We'll see. So my husband has a savings as well. He told me, so right now he has $350. He doesn't have a goal. He wants to save his leftover allowance. That's what he wants to do. Because he doesn't spend. And he did tell me that he's trying to save up something for Hawaii. He wants to buy a new ukulele. So he also discovered Bitcoin, or he's been talking about it and wants to invest. So yeah, he's going to be saving his money. And then for myself, this is going to be mainly for planner things. So the Budget by Paycheck workbook in October, and then a passion planner as well as passion planner dailies. I only have 2 passion planner dailies for the first 2 quarters. I still need to get 2 more for quarter 3 and 4, because if you're not familiar with passion planner dailies, they come in 3 months at a time. So I want to save this up by October. So monthly, that's about $25. I budgeted a little bit extra, and I might put a little bit more because I do want to do giveaways again here on YouTube and on Instagram as well. So number 6, so our vehicles, we currently have $300, which this one is in cash as of right now. We need to transfer that over to our account. Our goal, we don't really have a goal. It's going to be continuous. Right now it's going to be $50 a month. I don't think we're going to be using it anytime soon. I just need to do a diagnostic or take it into a mechanic and figure out what we need to get done. But it is going to be $50 depending on what work needs to be done. That might be increased, but I'm thinking about just continuing to save up just in case we need to buy a used car. We don't need it right now, but I'm just thinking ahead and just putting money into our vehicle funds just in case. So for school, I think oh no, we don't have anything in there right now. So for school last year, I spent a lot on storage and things for my little preschooler, just so to keep us occupied at home. So I don't know if my son will be going back to school this year, or if my soon-to-be 4-year-old will be going to a preschool. I'm not sure yet, but I'm wanting to save $200 between them two. We'll see how that goes. So that's about $25 a month. We don't have anything in there right now. And then for clothes, we don't have anything in our clothes sinking fund right now. Our goal is to have $400 by August. And this, I'm going to make myself a note, is for summer, basically for a trip, and then winter. Most of this will most likely go to our kids. My husband and I don't really buy a ton of clothes. Maybe we'll get a piece or 2 here or there, like something for Hawaii, but for the most part, it'll be for our kids. And thankfully, my older son, wait, this one's gonna be $50. My older son gets to pass down his clothes over to my younger one, so kind of works out. Maybe we won't even use up all $400. And then for front-end events, so this, I don't have a specific birthday, holiday, or anything like that. It all gets tied into front-end events. Right now we have $112 in cash. And my goal for this is to maintain. So goal is $300, and I'm just going to put maintain $300. So if we end up using part of it for, let's say, an unexpected gift that we have to make, for a party that just came up, or an event that just came up, or for birthdays, we celebrate, obviously mine, my husband, and our 2 kids. If we spend any part of this $300, I want to make sure to just replenish it. I'm just going to put maintain. So as of right now, we have $112. I'm just going to put $25 per month for that. That's how we're handling our sinking funds. I'm just going to go ahead and total it up just so I know how much is going to be in there. So our total, as far as the goals go, only 2 of them are missing from here, my husband's and vehicles. It's $7,460. And I'm going to show you a couple of ways I'm going to be tracking our savings. Of course, I have my Fudget app here. So I have a budget category here. It says 2021 sinking funds balance as of January 4th. So this is just our balance. And then as we put money into it, I'm going to go ahead and add into here. But we also have, I did decide to create savings accounts. So I'm going to put these, whatever has an asterisk on it is currently in a savings account. That's what I spent the weekend doing. And I'm going to write myself a little reminder on here that to avoid the monthly fee, I don't know what bank you're with. I'm with Wells Fargo, and I've been with them forever. So I know that they charge a fee, but we've always maintained our savings, and we do have it on auto transfer. So in order to avoid the monthly fee, I believe it's like $5 or $10, we have to maintain $300 balance in them, $300 balance, or set up a monthly auto transfer. This is pretty new to me. I just like seeing on my bank account the different categories, because you can rename your account and have your sinking fund name instead. And I just like to see it separate that way instead of one lump sum. I know for some people it works well for them and they just track it either on Excel or they'll just track it separately like on paper. But for me personally, visually, I want to see it separately. So that's just how my mind works. So do whatever is best and what will work for you guys. So in order to avoid that fee, we have to set up a monthly auto transfer of at least $25 or maintain $300. I used to have these all in cash, our cash envelopes. That did not work out for us because we weren't going into the bank. We were just taking out from the ATM, and I was trying to figure out how to do it evenly so we take out by 20s. And sometimes we'll procrastinate putting into our sinking fund because we just didn't want to go to the bank. So now we're just going to do it all electronically through our bank. So we decided to put our emergency fund into a Capital One 360 savings account. The interest on there is 0.40% versus Wells Fargo, which is 0.01%. So it just made sense to put it in there and start earning some of that interest versus just earning pennies every month. So yeah, and also just so I don't see it in our account when I'm updating our spending and putting our sinking funds in there, I just don't want to see it. Another way that we're tracking our sinking funds is if you have the Budget by Paycheck workbook, either the full size or the box set, it does come with a yearly spending tracker. If you have the full size version, it's on the very front of the planner. And then in the booklet, it comes with a separate booklet. So I still haven't filled out my financial goals for the year. I know it's really bad, but I did set some goals mid-year last year in July. I just have to go back and revise some of those goals. So these are the yearly savings trackers. There is a total of, I believe, a total of 8 on here, but I do have 9 sinking fund categories, and I've never used this before, but the way you use it, so it has your beginning amount. So let's say, for example, right now our medical, so our goal number 1 would be medical fund. Our beginning amount is $300. And then for the month of January, I would either put a plus 100 on here if we put $100 into that sinking fund, or if we did use it, we'll just subtract that amount here. That way you have a running balance of your sinking funds. That's how I'm going to be tracking it as well. And then using these colorful trackers. If you have been following me for a while, you guys know that I love colorful trackers. I'm going to go ahead and fill these out and color them as I go. Also thinking of adding each individual sinking fund on here, maybe. I don't know, but we do have our budgets done. I thought I had it done until December 2020. I am still working on it. So for our budget, for example, our payday on January 8th, I have sync deposit. That's what that stands for. Just so I know that that's the paycheck that will be depositing money into our sinking fund. So, and I have that all on here, just so I know. That is pretty much it for my 2021 sinking funds. Hopefully it was helpful to you guys. Mine might look different from yours depending on your family situation or your season in life right now. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Have a good one, guys.